Hi friends, Zoe here, and today I'm really excited because I'm going to be talking to you about something that I've been working on a lot personally lately, and I've kind of put together about 15 tips, I'd say, that have helped me stop spending money and to start saving money. I think it's something we all need to be conscious of, especially if you're around my age and you have student loans or there's a vacation that you want to go on. It's always a good idea to save money and to be more money conscious. So here are my top 15 tips that have helped me stop spending and start saving. So first things first, it's really great to have a goal in mind of what you're saving towards. So this could be something like paying off your student debt, paying off a credit card debt. It could be a trip you'd really like to go on. It could be a new laptop or a new car, things like that. When you have a specific goal in mind, you can be more focused on that goal and more inspired and motivated to save more quickly and stop spending money. So for example, I remember when I was on a big saving spree before my Euro trip 4 years ago now. It's too bad that it was that long ago. But anyways, when I was on a big saving spree for Europe, instead of going out for drinks with friends, I might sit this one out. And I'd think in my head, you know what, I'd rather save this $30, $40 that I would have spent on drinks or dinner with my friends and put it towards my Euro trip where I could have dinner and drinks, say in Rome or somewhere in Europe where it's probably going to be cheaper anyways for the most part. So keep your goal in mind and be consistently thinking about it and have it in the back of your mind when you're making plans or feeling tempted to spend money. My next tip is to tell your friends and family and those around you about your big goal that you're saving for. This can make it a lot easier when you have to say no to them if they're inviting you out to dinner or to an event that's going to be costing you a lot of money. It's really important to have goals, and people generally respect when other people have goals, and it could even inspire or motivate your friends and family to save money as well. So be sure to voice your goal. So my next tip is when you get paid, so for example, I get paid bi-weekly, I take out the money that I need for my groceries in cash and I'll put that in my wallet, and that's the only money that I'm allowed to spend on groceries for the next 2 weeks until I get paid again. So at the beginning, when I was starting out with this new budgeting technique, I did run into a little bit of a problem. So for example, I remember one day I had to eat oatmeal for lunch because that was all I really had left, and I was kind of putting together all these random meals at the end of it. But you'll learn, and it's called discipline. So once you become more money conscious, you'll be able to budget a lot better and spend your money more efficiently at the grocery store. So I'm really glad that I started off with this technique a few months ago because it's helped me save a lot of money, and it's also helped me become more conscious while I'm grocery shopping. My next tip is to think of money in terms of hours and items in terms of dollars. So I'll give you an example here. If I am invited to an event, and let's say that event costs $100, I'm going to think about that in my mind as how many hours of work does it take me to make $100, and is this event going to be worth that type of money? Or if I'm in a store and I maybe see a jacket that I'd like, is this jacket worth $200? Is this $200 jacket worth $200? When you start to think of it in terms of time and money, you'll be more conscious of where you're spending and how you're spending your money. I found that this tip has been very helpful for me. My next tip is to stop being so generous. For all of you out there who are generous, like myself, sometimes you can get a little bit caught up in it and want to splurge on somebody or something. It's nice to buy people gifts here and there, but be sure that you're being conscious about it. And if you have a lot of friends who have birthdays in the same month, then think about that ahead of time and save for those birthday cards or those gifts ahead of time so that you're prepared and you're not giving yourself a little bit of a setback in the bank. My next tip is to walk places. I personally love walking. I love listening to music and audiobooks when I walk, especially when the weather's nice, but even when it's not nice, I always walk to work, so that saves me in a metro pass. I know that that's not easy for all of my viewers out there, but be more conscious about it. Or if you do have a car that you drive, try to think about only leaving the house once or twice a day for things that you need to do. So for example, if you have plans with a friend for lunch and you also have to go grocery shopping, go out for lunch with your friend and then go grocery shopping on the way home instead of making a few trips out during the day. My next tip is to change what you do with your friends. So for example, if you're always going to the mall with your friends or always going out to eat with your friends, you're probably spending a lot of money. why not invite your friends over and have a potluck at your house, or invite them over for, say, a spa night, something like that is inexpensive and you'll get more intimate quality time with your friends anyways. Next is to unsubscribe from all of those shopping emails or potential spending emails that you'll get in your inbox. So for example, I was getting emails from J. Crew, from Gray Malin, this artist that I like, and I always felt tempted to spend money on these things, but then I decided to unsubscribe, and when I'm ready to shop for those things, when I have the money, I will go out and get them. When you're constantly receiving your inbox flooded with pretty clothes and pretty things, you're going to be tempted to buy. So just out of sight, out of mind, just unsubscribe. My next tip is to clean out your closet, and I'm going to link my video that I made about cleaning out your closet below. Because once you do this, you realize that you actually have a lot more than you thought, and when you get rid of a lot of things, you realize you don't need to keep consuming and buying a lot. I've really found comfort in being more of a minimalist lately, and it's helped me stop spending money, most definitely, but also save. When you purge your closet, you feel fantastic, and you'll notice that, say, you have 5 basic white t-shirts that you didn't know that you had. So when you realize that you have a lot more than you thought you did, you're not going to be tempted to go to the store to grab a basic white t-shirt when you actually know that at home now you have 5. My next tip is to look at your bills or things that you're spending money on and see if you don't need to spend money on them anymore. So for example, my cell phone bill. I call TELUS all the time and ask them if there's any way that they can make my bill less expensive. Sometimes you get a nice person on the other end and they're willing to help you out here and there. Sometimes not so much, but that's just one example. Another example is the fact that I bought a portable hard drive, so I no longer needed my extended storage and Dropbox, so I discontinued my Dropbox membership and now only use portable hard drives. My next tip is with food. Like I mentioned, I found a lot more comfort in becoming more of a minimalist, and this has come along, I think, with veganism as well, because I'm finding that I'm eating whole foods that are plants and vegetables, so I'm spending less money on those foods, and they're also very simple. So for example, every week I keep a mixture of grains, mostly brown rice and beans and maybe some cilantro, in a big bowl in my fridge. And from this big bowl of substance, I can make burritos, I can put it on salad, I can put it on kale, I can do all sorts of things with this mixture in the fridge. So it's a very inexpensive mixture and it keeps things very simple. My next tip is to bring your lunches to work. So like I mentioned, I have this mixture in the fridge. So I'll bring my greens to work, my fruits and vegetables. By bringing a very hearty and delicious and simple lunch that's very good for you, you won't be tempted to go out and spend money because you won't find yourself hungry during the day, tempted to go to the convenience store, or to go out for fast food. My next tip is for those of you coffee drinkers. If you're a coffee drinker and you stop at Starbucks or Tim Hortons or wherever to get your coffee every morning, you need to stop doing that because it all adds up. It might seem like a few dollars here and there, but a few dollars every day really adds up. Think about it over the span of a month, and then think about it over the span of a year. How much money would you save if you didn't go out and spend a lot of money at Starbucks or at Tim Hortons, say, wherever you get your coffee every morning? I no longer drink coffee, but when I did, I picked up this cup from Starbucks because I know some of you out there are really obsessed with the white cups, and maybe that's why you're so attracted to Starbucks. Yeah, so you can buy a cute little cup like this for $2. It's reusable, and you can put your tea in there in the morning and drink it while you walk to work. Or you can also buy instant coffee. I think this was like $3.99, and it's actually not bad. Like I said, I don't drink coffee anymore, but it doesn't taste bad. And how many cups can you get out of this? You only need a spoonful for each one. So yeah, just be conscious of spending money on beverages. And finally, my last tip is to stay out of places where you feel tempted to spend money. So for me, this is probably the mall. If, say, you've cleaned out your closet and you still feel like you need some things, why not check out a secondhand store or check out Kijiji or Craigslist if you need something like a winter coat. People are selling these things all the time that are lightly used. You can also hold a clothing swap and shop party with a few of your girlfriends, and you can all exchange clothes and feel like you have a whole new wardrobe. There's so many options instead of going to the mall and spending excessive amounts of money. Anyways, I hope this video helped you guys. Please leave any additional tips you have below because we can all help each other out here, and let's start aggressively saving that money. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe below, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!